What's up, everybody? Welcome to the CanesInSight Daily Podcast powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Happy Friday. It is game day eve. I am up on location in Tallahassee, across the Suwannee River. There you see behind me, nice little spring popping off the legendary Suwannee River. We'll be talking Canes with Pete, breaking down this game with FSU, the matchups, all the different things, some comments from Tommy Castellanos we'll get into, dealing with the chat, all the usual fun stuff that we do on this show. First, want to talk about some folks that they can handle business in Tallahassee. They can handle business in Miami. That is Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. If you or somebody you care about has been injured in an accident, you could be entitled to significant compensation. Dial 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Take back control of your life with Anajar and Levine. Pete, hop in.
D, good morning.
Pete, you ever heard that song? The way down upon the Suwannee River. Never heard that one?
Never, man. Never. I got to say, I'm surprised you're highlighting the beauty of Tallahassee. You know, I thought you'd take any opportunity you could to, kind of down on them.
A good point. Good point. So this is the Suwannee River. You cross it to get to Tallahassee. This is a river that connects Florida to Georgia, right? It was probably one of the most famous pop songs of the latter half of the 19th century down here in Florida. Really put Florida on the map, so it's a Florida State song. But that's crossing that. Then you get to Tallahassee, and Tallahassee it really is a dump, man. I was marveling at how bad it is today. It just driving around because it's like it's crime ridden, which, you know, I'm from a big city. I'm used to that, but you don't have any of the big city amenities. Everything is just cookie cutter suburban stuff. And then it's like a southern college town generic, but there's no southern charm. It is really the worst of all worlds. 5 thumbs down to Tallahassee. Probably the worst town, maybe Blacksburg, that I've been in on this world tour here of the Canes. So yeah, not very nice up here. But, you know, it's a business trip.
D, I think we should start today with something we actually mentioned yesterday, and it officially came out. Miami's first injury report, ACC injury report, and I'm going to pull it up here. Here we go. I would disagree with that comment about me being uncultured. Listen, Steven, let's talk about the second division in Kazakhstan. Soccer, and I'll talk. Then we can talk about culture.
And your knowledge of the European music scene, by the way, immaculate.
You're always coming up with growing. I wouldn't say that I'm pristine with it, but it's getting there. So we have the initial injury report here. So this is for ACC matchups only. Obviously, Notre Dame not an official ACC team, so did not get that week 1 here. The out. We understand Hayden Lowe is out. You have a couple walk-ons there, and Dylan Ryman and Ralph Scroggins, brother of Herbert Scroggins. And then you have Demetrius Campbell, freshman, Jackson Carver, both dealing with some long-term injuries there. Questionables. Bobby Washington Jr., as I've been reporting, is working himself back and should be available here pretty soon. So I think that's interesting that he's a questionable. Probably won't see him if we're being honest, just in my estimation, because I don't think the first action he's going to get is going to be against Florida State. But that's, to me, a very positive sign there, D, as you want to continue. You add some nice depth, special teams depth, a guy who has a lot of athletic ability, and maybe could help you down the line here. Chance Robinson looks like he's dealing with a nick there. Yerovi Valdez Alfonso, a walk-on offensive lineman, and then Dalen Russell, who we saw earlier this season with some good snaps. But all of that to say, JoJo Trader and Jordan Lyle are not on there. Now, as I said yesterday, from my understanding, the only thing you can get fined for in the ACC here is saying that a guy is out and not going to play. So I'm going to say that this doesn't necessarily mean a guy's going to play. I think both of these guys do get snaps, D, but you can say that, hey, it was a coach's decision that they didn't play. We didn't say that they weren't. We didn't say that they were hurt. So your thoughts on all of this?
I mean, if you told me this was the depth chart or the injury report, I should say, heading into week 5, game 5, and we're 4-0. I mean, sign me up 10 out of 10 times. I mean, this is a dream list. Now, obviously, you don't want anybody on the list. You don't want Hayden Lowe out. You know, you don't want some of these guys unable, Jackson Carver. You don't want these guys unable to perform and do what they love to do. So, I mean, you'd like it to be 0. But short of that, man, we've been pretty lucky with injuries, knock on wood. We know that's not going to happen over the course of the year because that's just college football. There's going to be some key contributors go down. But I think this is as pristine as of a injury report in this time of the year, especially when you're 4-0, that you could ask for. So there's a healthy Miami team. Looks like it's a pretty healthy FSU team as well. I don't see anybody there for FSU that is a major contributor aside from, like you said, Barker, who had 2 sacks against Virginia, was really their only source of pass rush with the blitz coming out of the defensive backfield. So that's really just the one to watch. Other than that, this should be a pretty clean game injury-wise. And aside from FSU not taking care of business against Virginia and showing that they are a mediocre team, you know, the whole thing sets up perfectly for a big game on Saturday, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Johnny Lagoon says, did Norvell take a page from Mario and list Tommy as probable?
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, I think the beauty in this thing is saying a guy's perfectly healthy and just saying that that I think that's where the mind games come in. It's the opposite to me in this situation. But and I'm not saying that that's the case with guys who aren't listed here, because like I said, we've been talking about it and it's been a story all week.
Well, you know, when
Lyle,
oh, go ahead, Pete.
No, I was just going to say that I think both of those guys play, but again, that's you could still say that a guy's healthy and just say, oh, well, he didn't play, and then have the team kind of feel like they have to prepare for it. But
yeah, and you know, I think part of this is when Castellanos throws 3 interceptions and he complains about some body part hurting after the game, they can say, well, he was hurt, you know, and that's why he was on the injury report. Kind of built an excuse there.
There you go. Phil read your mind there with this comment here.
I love it. Yeah, man. So we'll see. It should be a fun game, and I love how it shapes up as far as like the national attention. Everybody's gonna be watching it. I have my concerns. We'll get to the prediction just because I'm waiting for one of those games, and it's got to be one of these 3. Wasn't Florida? I thought it might be Florida. Louisville's still on the horizon. You got this game here. If one of these 3 games isn't close, I mean, this team really is on a whole nother level, right? So I expect one of these 3 games to be close just because of the nature of college football. As we get to the predictions here in a second, it could be this one. But I think if you're just an objective college football fan, ACC fan, I know Eric McClain, our boy, picked FSU to win. You know, he's an ACC
Did he really?
guy.
I didn't see that.
He's an ACC guy, so I think he wants 2 ACC teams to get in the playoff. You know, I think the ACC view is you'd probably want FSU to win a close game, Miami to win the ACC, and then maybe both those teams get in. So that's like a dream scenario for the ACC. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So predictions, we gave
Wait, hold on, Pete. Before we get into the predictions, I'll let you set it up. Before we get into the predictions, let's talk about some people that I predict will be outstanding because of their track record and where they are ranked right there at the top. That is UHealth Sports Medicine Institute. You consider yourself an athlete. You're an active guy like Pete, constantly wearing the tracksuit. I know he's getting ready for the pitch today. You probably know how hard it is to sit on the injured list with pain or injury. Maybe even try to hack your own rehab, get back early. But if you don't want to be 90%, 70%, you want to be 100%, call the experts at the University of Miami Sports Medicine Institute, whether it's elite competition with University of Miami Athletics, everyday movement, you and me. The University of Miami Sports Medicine Institute is the trusted choice for those who demand excellence. Set an appointment today. Oh, am I sharing the right screen? There it is. Set an appointment today with UHealth Sports Medicine Institute. All right, so